Hey everybody. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my list of what it is that I wanted to talk to you guys about so that I don't lose concentration, and so I can, just made a note so that I can keep what it is I wanted to say. Alright, the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, you've already seen the title of the video, right? Surviving JET. Like, this is my 4th year on JET, so I am more than qualified to speak on how it is that you can survive living here in Japan, period. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about is things to take. I have a video already on what it is, especially if you're a black female or female period, as to what it is that you should take to Japan. It also serves for men as well, but I'm gonna leave a link here, or is it here? I don't know. I'm gonna leave a link as to the things that you're supposed to take with you here to Japan. Watch that video and then you can come back here, or you can just watch it after. Anyways, you should prepare yourself mentally for culture shock, like the Western world, and then there's Asia or Japan, and the things that you will see in your home country is going to be totally different than the things that you will experience here in Japan. Even if you are a hardcore anime fan, what it is that they show on television as to what is Japan and what Japan actually is like two different things. Like, it's like night and day. And to be honest, 99% of jets are not placed in Tokyo or Osaka or one of the major cities. You're going to be placed in rural Japan. So most of the time, all you're going to see is rice fields, mountains, or you're going to be placed on one of the isolated islands where, probably you'll be the only foreigner there. So yeah. Alright, so that's it for culture shock. Yeah, so I have here on my list, yeah, I just spoke about that. Things that you see online aren't necessarily what you will experience when you come here, unless you want to travel around Japan to experience. Like, Japan is a place that is rich in preserving their culture, so you're going to enjoy the experience of being here, whether you're in the countryside or you're in one of the major cities. Alright, so next thing on my list is, if you black, be prepared to be stared at. Like, like most of my black friends here can relate to being stared at. Earlier today I had a call from one of my friends. Like, she sent me a message and she was like, yo Sandrine, like, she has been in Japan for 4 years, just like me, in her own city, just like me, for 4 years, and she still gets stares. I still get stares, especially if I move around. People stare at me like it's the first time they're seeing me. Even if they see me every day, I get stared at. Just accept it that you are royalty. Girl, you cute. Boy, you handsome. That is why they're staring. And you fine. But the reality is that most of the time they've only seen black persons on TV, if it is that they've seen any black persons on TV here, or they have probably seen pictures in the mall or something. But to actually see somebody like who looks as beautiful and as gorgeous as we do, come on. Like, I would stare too if I was looking at me like, me? Anyways, back to reality. Anyways, back to my list of things here. Yeah, I just wanted to make, I made a note here that they're not staring at you because they want to be rude. They're just staring at you because you just look different. That's it. There's nothing deep beyond that. You just look different, so they're going to look at you. There's nothing beyond that. Some might talk to you, some may not. Alright, so next thing is, whether you are black, white, yellow, brown, there are some Japanese people here who will not like you, period. You may work with some, and I've worked with some teachers who do not like me. I've not done anything to these people. They just do not like me because I'm a foreigner, and that's their right not to like me, and it's also my right not to care, and I exercise that right on a daily basis. I don't care as long as I'm getting paid. I don't care. So you have to have that like mentality, because if you don't, then everything that they do or everything that anybody else does will get to you. You understand? And you need to be mentally sane to live in this place. Take my word for it. Alright, so next thing on my list is have a goal in mind when you are coming here. Like, listen, jet will be one of the easiest jobs that you will ever do. Like, I keep saying period, but anyways, you get the point. Put it this way, for some persons, especially individuals who are on not the light blinking. Anywho, jet will be one of the easiest jobs that you will ever do. Especially if you are an elementary school teacher or junior high school teacher. There are going to be days when you will not have a class because the kids are preparing for exams, and so you will have a lot of downtime. If you're a high school teacher, you will have to go to school whether school is in session or not. Unfortunately, you will have to take what is called nenkyu, which is actually the Japanese word for paid time off from work, and to go anywhere to do anything during that time period. So keep that in mind. Another point, a very important point, is this: if you are not a Japanese fanatic, when I say Japanese fanatic, I mean a lover of all things Japan, the culture, the lifestyle, the anime, the food, the music, you will get tired of Japan. And when you get to that point where usually it's burnout, like year 3, persons experience burnout at the end of year 1, and so they leave after 1 year. Some year 2, some year 3, some spend the entire 5 years because they're confused. They don't know what to go home to do. They just don't want to leave, but they want to leave, but they just don't know what else is there for them to do after being in Japan for 5 years. So they just stay. Yeah. So when you get to that point in time, my advice to you is to go home for a visit and then return if you think that you want to stay. And I think in going home and seeing family and friends, it will solidify your decision whether you want to stay in Japan or not, or whether you want to go home indefinitely. Alright? And speaking of family, keep in constant contact with your family. Like, I talk to my mother every day. I'm obsessed with my mother. But like, talking to her keeps me sane. Like, talking to my daughter keeps me sane. But yeah, talk to your family every single day. Yeah. One of the things, like, my jet experience has been bittersweet. Bitter more than sweet in terms of how it is that I think I was dealt a raw deal with my placement, and just with the persons who I've interacted with from a professional standpoint. And that's another thing. When you come on jet, everybody's jet experience is going to be different, because I had another Jamaican who was placed in my city with me, and our experiences are like night and day. Right, mine being midnight, horrible, and hers being like teetering between day and afternoon. Like, our experiences were different. Alright, so in that case, what I've done is I've made friends. I've made friends with people in my community, with Japanese people in the community. Like, they have been like my support system most of the time. And I've also made friends with other jets. Like, you're not going to mesh well with everybody. Like, there are several different people coming from several different countries, different personalities, different background, different cultural history, and then you merge together in one city or in one area, and you're definitely going to have clash. Unfortunately, there are persons who are not tolerant of the differences that other persons have, and so they try to make their lives difficult, as I have experienced in my case. However, I've found my crowd, and I've found a set of people who accept me for me. Like, I can be crazy, And I've found people who have accepted the fact that I can be loud at times, but I'm like an introverted extrovert, meaning I have my moments when I'm amongst them, I'm very loud and fun, or when I'm out in public, I'm very reserved, or especially if I'm in large spaces. And so they've come to understand me. And even with my YouTube thing, like, my friends, they support my passion, yo. Like, I tell them I'm gonna be a photographer, they sit there and they pose and they cause like, you need me to put like this direction or that direction. And yeah, I love my tribe that I've created here. Alright, so the last thing that I wanted to say is this. If you come to Japan, do not expect robots, flying cars, or anything technologically advanced. Like, the Japan that is advertised to the Western world and the Japan that you come here and experience is two totally different worlds. Japan is more historically, culturally mixed in with a little dabble of technology. In my opinion, Japan's advancement in technology stopped around 1980 thereabout, because some of the tech that I've come and seen and I've used, like, I didn't know how to use a fax machine until I came to Japan. I go to the bank and I asked, is there online banking? There isn't online banking. I ask, what's the easiest way to send money home? And the process takes 3 hours, when it could have taken me 15 minutes in my home country, and my home country is considered to be a third world country and Japan is considered to be a first world country. Sending a package off at the post office will run you anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. What else is there? Having buildings so old that it creaks in the wind. The building itself is not insulated, so you're either hot in summer or freezing cold in winter, but you learn to love it. Alright, like, it's just the difference in it all that you will come to love and you'll come to appreciate, and it will be, I think for me, it has made me a better person. Like, having been here, I would encourage anybody to come to Japan, visit Japan, live here for a while if you get the opportunity to do so, and just learn from the people. You know, there's so many principles that you will learn when you come here. You know, how to be on time. Like, I've always been on time for everything, but that's just something that I learned to appreciate even more once I came here. Just how to think about the next person instead of thinking about yourself. You know what I mean? So things of that nature. So that's the end of my video. Y'all know what you do. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I am so funny. I'm just such an amazing person. I gotta crack myself up. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for other videos Japan related while I'm still here. Alright guys, see you.
Oh, it's so good to be free.